Most athletes just hope to win a trophy. They play for a chance to get their name etched on a cup and be remembered as a champion. But what happens when a player is so dominant that the sport decides to etch his name on the trophy forever? That's the story of Georges Vezina. Every year, the NHL awards the Vezina Trophy to its best goaltender. But before the trophy, there was the man who became the benchmark for greatness. Long before the bright lights of Montreal, Georges Vezina was a quiet force in Chicoutimi, Quebec. Born in 1887, he was known for his unnatural sense of calm. In the chaos of a hockey game, with rubber flying and opponents crashing the net, Vezina was a picture of perfect composure. It's how he earned one of the greatest nicknames in hockey history, the Chicoutimi Cucumber. For years, his legend was purely local. But that changed in 1910, when the Montreal Canadiens, a new pro team, traveled to Chicoutimi for an exhibition game. They expected an easy win against amateurs. They didn't count on the Cucumber. The pros couldn't score. Vezina, the local amateur, shut them down completely. The Canadiens' own goalie was so impressed he begged team management to sign him. Vezina initially said no, but the team was persistent. In December 1910, he signed for $800 a season, and the most dominant goalie of his era was about to be introduced to the world. When Vezina arrived in Montreal, he was an outsider, quiet, shy, and homesick. But on the ice, he was a revolutionary. In his very first season, he played every single game and led the league with the lowest goals against average. In the 1910s, goalies weren't even allowed to drop to the ice to make a save. They had to play a stand-up style, and Vezina's mastery of positioning and angles was undeniable. Future Hall of Famer Frank Boucher recalled, he'd pick off more shots with his stick than he did with his glove. For 15 seasons, Georges Vezina was a constant for the Montreal Canadiens. He started an incredible 327 consecutive regular season games, plus another 39 in the playoffs. He never had a backup take his place. This Ironman streak is considered one of the most unbreakable records in sports. With Vezina as their backbone, he led the Canadiens to their first Stanley Cup in 1916. He later recorded the first ever NHL shutout and became the first goalie credited with an assist. He wasn't just playing the position, he was writing its rulebook. Vezina's prime was a masterclass in consistency. The 1923-24 season was otherworldly. He posted a 1.97 goals against average and led the Canadiens to their second Stanley Cup. Even as he got older, he seemed to get better. But he was playing with a terrible secret. An illness was taking hold. He arrived at training camp for the 1925-26 season noticeably ill, having lost nearly 35 pounds. On opening night, November 28, 1925, he had a high fever but insisted on playing. Vezina played the entire first period without allowing a goal. But when he returned to the dressing room, he collapsed, vomiting blood. In an unbelievable act of courage, he went back out for the start of the second period. Moments later, he collapsed again in his crease. Supported by his teammates, the Chicoutimi Cucumber left the ice for the final time. The diagnosis was stark: advanced tuberculosis. Georges Vezina returned to Chicoutimi. The man who had been an unmovable fixture in goal for 15 years was gone. The Canadiens' owners paid his entire $6,000 salary to his family, a measure of their deep respect. But his health declined rapidly. Just 4 months after his collapse, on March 27, 1926, Georges Vezina died. He was only 39. The Canadiens' owners, Leo Dandurand, Louis Letourneau, and Joseph Katarinic, the man who discovered him, knew Vezina's legacy had to be permanent. At the start of the next season, they donated a new award to the NHL in his name, the Vezina Trophy. Initially, it went to the goalie with the fewest goals allowed. Since 1982, it has been voted on by NHL general managers to honor the league's most outstanding goaltender. When the Hockey Hall of Fame opened in 1945, Georges Vezina was one of its first inductees. The story of Georges Vezina is one of quiet brilliance and profound tragedy. He was a pioneer who defined his position with unshakable calm and incredible consistency. He was an Iron Man and a champion. But his ultimate legacy is something no other player can claim. Great players win trophies. The greatest players become them. Every season, when a new goalie is crowned the best in the world, they hold the legacy of the man who set the standard for all time. Georges Vezina's impact is etched into the very fabric of hockey. Now, I want to hear from you. In the modern era, who do you think best embodies the spirit of the Vezina Trophy? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video, and click on the notification bell. And don't forget to click on the playlist above to watch more NHL Hall of Famers of his era. Thanks for watching.